and for bringing together young labor leaders, practitioners, and institutions committed to advancing decent working conditions and social dialogue in Pakistan. Friedrich-Ebert-Stiftung, FES, has long been committed to social democracy, promoting freedom, solidarity, and social justice. It is truly heartening to witness the successful conclusion of the fourth round of the Pakistan Labour Academy, an initiative that reflects the dedication of FES to empower workers and strengthen labor rights in Pakistan. And by the way, representing the German government, the work of FES is basically funded by the German government, in other words, by taxpayers' money. And both of us are, at the end of the day, paid by the taxpayers. So even if we're on leave, if we have commitments, we, of course, try to fulfill them, to live up to them. Being a lawyer myself, with a qualification to be a judge in Germany, I'm particularly pleased to see this collaboration with the Sindh Judicial Academy in Karachi underscoring the importance of the judiciary as a pillar where labor voices, knowledge, and advocacy skills converge to foster social dialogue, industrial relations, and the protection of workers' rights. The Pakistan Labour Academy is more than a training program. It is a dynamic platform where young trade unionists gain the knowledge, skills, and networks necessary to shape the future of labor leadership in the country. Yet, as we celebrate this milestone, we must acknowledge the challenges that remain. Many workers, particularly in informal sectors, still lack access to structured training, and despite the existence of legal frameworks, gaps in the implementation of workers' rights persist. Organizations like FES have made great strides in providing training, primarily for trade unionists, labor inspectors, and selected sectors, but much more remains to be done. Since its launch in 2023, the Academy has already made a meaningful contribution by training emerging trade union leaders and creating space for constructive engagement across sectors. The successful 2023 and 2024 cohorts demonstrated how important such initiatives are for strengthening industrial relations, labor awareness, and workers' participation in Pakistan. I am particularly impressed that the PLA provides intensive cross-sectoral training on industrial relations, labor laws, labor judiciary, international labor standards, social protection, and workers' participation. By investing in young leaders, this program is helping to strengthen inclusive representation and more effective social dialogue in Pakistan. My country, Germany, strongly believes that sustainable economic development and social justice must go hand in hand. For many decades, Germany has remained committed to promoting fundamental labor rights, social dialogue, and inclusive economic development around the world. We believe that governments, employers, and workers all share responsibility for creating fair, safe, and dignified working conditions. In this regard, Germany's Federal Ministry for Economic Cooperation and Development continues to advance the principle of decent work for all. This agenda is based on the understanding that economic growth is most meaningful when it benefits people through fair wages, safe workplaces, equal opportunities, and social protection. Germany has also introduced the Supply Chain Due Diligence Act, which encourages responsible business conduct and greater attention to human rights, labor standards throughout global supply chains. Such frameworks are not intended as barriers, but rather as tools to promote transparency, predictability, and shared standards that can benefit workers, businesses, and societies alike. The more workers feel that they are taken care of by their employer, the more they identify with the company, hence doing an even better job. The German economy is based on SMEs, small and medium-sized companies. Representing 99% of all companies in Germany, SMEs are the backbone of the German economy. These companies employ 50 to 60% of all employees. Without their dedicated workers, they would not be successful. As simple as that. Given the fierce global competition, German companies stand for innovation, many of them being world market leaders in their specific field of production. Employees sometimes work there in the third generation. They feel as part of the family. Training programs, fair payment, good and healthy working conditions create a win-win situation. Employees are happy and willing to go the extra mile. The company remains competitive, also through innovation proposals from satisfied, happy workers. A thriving company can offer fair payment, good working conditions, and job security. Win-win at its best. And coming to Pakistan and Germany, Pakistan is an important partner for Germany, and vice versa. Germany is the biggest importer of Pakistani products in the European Union. The EU is the most important trade partner of Pakistan. 90% of all exports of Pakistan to the European Union are subject to a preferential system called GSP+, hence no tariffs. No tariffs on 90% of Pakistani exports. However, our companies have to pay tariffs when exporting to Pakistan. Pakistan has a significant trade surplus with the European Union. Basically, that's where you make a lot of money. This success is based on close cooperation between Pakistani producers and very relevant importers in the EU, and specifically in Germany. We recognize the efforts being made to strengthen labor governance and improve protection for workers. Continued constructive engagement among all stakeholders, government institutions, employers, trade unions, civil society, will be essential to further enhance labor rights, particularly for vulnerable groups and young workers. As a result, Pakistani companies will remain competitive. Wastewater treatment, use of renewable energy, improving working conditions, employing more women will eventually help the companies. Look at Sialkot. It is developing very well because companies there are constantly improving processes. Companies like Adidas or IKEA, for example, truly appreciate the cooperation with their suppliers, and they are implementing international standards. Last but not least, I would also like to commend all participants of the 4th Pakistan Labour Academy. Your dedication, commitment, and willingness to learn demonstrate the important role labor leaders can play in shaping a more just and inclusive future of work. You're all here on a Saturday. At a time, the world of work is rapidly changing due to economic transformation, technological developments, and evolving labor markets. Training programs such as the PLA Academy or the PLA are more important than ever. They help equip young leaders with the knowledge, skills, and confidence needed to promote dialogue, protect workers' rights, and contribute to stable and inclusive economic growth. Investing in education and capacity building today is an investment in fairer workplaces and stronger societies and economies tomorrow. Congratulations to all the participants of the 4th PLA. I wish you all every success in your future endeavors. Thank you.